long before the world even thinks about waking up, a silent battle is being fought. It's not on some distant field, and trust me, there are no witnesses. This is the unseen war, the one inside each of us, and it's the one that truly determines everything that follows. And today, we're going to learn how to win it. This is our explainer on the Spartan mindset.
This right here, this is the whole game. See, in the real world, there's no enemy standing across a field from you. The real enemy is invisible. It's the doubt, the fear, that hesitation that just lives in your chest when you're all alone. It's that insidious weakness that whispers, maybe tomorrow.
So let's make this personal right now. What is your invisible enemy? Is it that magnetic pull of the snooze button in the morning? Is it that wave of self-doubt that just crashes over you before you're about to start something new? Maybe it's that fear that whispers you're not ready, or that inner critic that tells you you're not good enough. Identifying that specific enemy, that's the first step in training for the battle.
All right, so let's dive right into our first big idea, the invisible enemy. This is all about understanding the nature of the fight, the one that happens inside long before any external victory is ever won.
And this is a really important distinction. The challenges that truly define who we are, they're rarely the ones we schedule or see coming from a mile away. No, they're the sudden, unforgiving moments that strike when we're completely alone. And preparing in silence for those moments, building that resilience when no one's watching, well, that's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's about training your mind to be ready for the ambush, not just the fight you planned for.
Okay, that brings us to our second section. Here, we're going to learn how to disarm the enemy's most powerful weapon, and that is the illusion of tomorrow.
You see, tomorrow isn't just a day on the calendar. It's the box we love to put things in, the things we just don't have the courage to start today. It's a dangerous illusion, a cognitive trap that promises a perfect moment that, let's be honest, never arrives. And why is it so dangerous? Well, because our brains are literally wired to choose what feels good right now over what's actually good for us in the long run. So when tomorrow finally gets here, it's just called today, and it comes with a whole new set of excuses. And this just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Today, it offers you imperfect action. And that imperfect action, that's what creates momentum. Tomorrow, on the other hand, offers you perfect hesitation, which, only leads to one thing: regret. You've got to remember, anything valuable in your life started out imperfectly. An idea that never starts might seem flawless in your mind, but in reality, it's completely worthless. This leads us to a really powerful shift in how we see things. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your own reality. This is such a critical distinction. Think about it. The chaos, the challenges, the setbacks, those are just the raw materials, the building blocks. One person can look at all that chaos and use it as a perfect excuse for why they haven't made it. But another person, the architect, they see that exact same chaos and think, this is what I'll build with. The pieces out there in the world are the same for everyone. It's the internal vision that changes everything.
So, how does an architect actually do this? How does it work? Well, it's a simple but incredibly powerful process. Step 1, you confront the storm. You don't run from it, you face it. Step 2, you ask the most important question there is: where's the value here? That simple question literally shifts your brain from panic mode to problem-solving mode. And third, you build something new from the lesson you just uncovered. This is how you transform adversity. A loss only stays a loss if you fail to pull any value from it. Simple as that.
And here's the bottom line. This is the crucial point. The moment you realize the fight isn't you against the world, it's you, against your own stories, your own interpretations. That is the moment you take back all your power. That's when you truly become the architect.
So if you're the architect of your reality, that also means you're the author of your story. And this next idea takes that power of creation to a whole new level.
This right here is a fundamental law of human nature. Your actions will always line up with your identity. You will consistently do things that match how you see yourself, because your mind absolutely craves consistency. Understanding this, well, this is the key to rewriting your entire story.
You know, the two most powerful words in the English language are I am. They're like a portal, and they can open in two totally different directions. On one side, they build a jail cell. When you say, I'm not a morning person, or I'm unathletic, you're literally locking yourself in. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But on the other side, they build a foundation. When you say, I am driven, or I am getting stronger every single day, you're building an identity that pulls you, almost automatically, towards your goals.
And this might be the most freeing idea of them all. It's about escaping what's called the sunk cost fallacy. This weird mental trap that makes us keep doing something just because we've already put a lot of time or energy into it. Look, just because you've spent years writing a story you don't like, that doesn't mean you owe that story another sentence. You have the power, right here, right now, to put your finger down on a blank page and declare, this is where my real story begins.
And all of this, everything we've talked about, it boils down to our final section. A simple but really profound command. Make today amazing. One. Just one. That's how many people can save you. That's how many people can build your reality, author your story. And that person, they're not coming on a white horse. That person is looking back at you in the mirror.
See, what we're really fighting against here is our own evolutionary DNA. For thousands and thousands of years, our brains were wired for one thing: survival. Our default setting is to play it safe, to seek approval, to just survive. But your potential, that's something else entirely. Your potential is to consciously rise above that default and choose to create a life, not just survive one.
And in the end, that's what it all comes down to, isn't it? It's never about the tool, it's about the vision of the person using it. A hammer can build a house or it can tear one down. Your circumstances can be your excuse or they can be your foundation. It all starts with one single conscious decision to see the world differently, and even more important, to see yourself differently. So, as we wrap this up, all the power shifts to you. The battle against that invisible enemy, the architect's tools, the author's pen, they were in your hands the whole time. The story of your life is being written right now, in this very moment, with every single choice you make. So the only question left to ask is this: are you going to let the old story keep writing itself, or are you going to take the pen, turn to a fresh page, and make this moment page one?
You ever feel stuck? You know that feeling, like you're just wandering through a desert between your moments of victory, and you start losing faith that the next summit even exists? It's a universal feeling, right? That sense that the struggle you're in right now is somehow permanent. But what if that struggle is actually the path forward? Let's dive in and explore a powerful framework that can completely reframe your entire journey. This right here, this is the core idea we're going to unpack today. It happens to so many of us. We face a period of discomfort, a setback, a challenge, and we completely misinterpret it. We see it as some kind of final verdict on our potential, and in that one moment, we risk giving up on the entire climb. Look, life is a series of peaks and valleys. We all know this, intellectually. But what we tend to forget is that the space between those peaks, man, it can be long and really disorienting. When the journey hurts, when it feels like you're just walking in circles with no end in sight, that pain can feel like it's going to last forever. It's right there, in that valley, that our belief in the next summit really starts to waver. So, let's start with the first absolutely crucial shift in perspective. We have to completely reframe what pain and adversity actually mean. It is not the universe striking you down. It's not a punishment for trying. No, it's something else entirely. This is the new definition of pain. It's not a stop sign. It's a filter. I want you to think of it like life's great checkpoint. It's designed to separate those with genuine commitment from those who just have a casual interest. It's a test, and it's asking you one very simple question. How badly do you really want it? And this This just brilliantly illustrates the two paths you can take. For 99% of people, pain means turn back. It's a signal that something is deeply wrong. But for that 1%, the people who achieve truly extraordinary things, they see it so differently. For them, pain is the price of admission. It's the cost you pay for the best things life has to offer. So the crucial point is, which view are you going to choose? This quote just perfectly captures the essence of it, doesn't it? See, elite results demand an elite mindset. It means when you get to that breaking point, that place where most people would just turn around, you recognize it. You don't see it as an ending, but as the exact moment you can choose to join that small percentage of people who push through. Okay, so let's move on to our second principle and see how this all builds on each other. It's all about where we placed our attention. And to understand this, we're going to use a pretty powerful thought experiment. The moon landing versus, say, your city's traffic. Just think about that for a second. We achieved one of the most incredible feats in all of human history, sending people to literally walk on the moon. And yet, we still can't figure out how to effectively get around town between 4 and 7 p.m. It seems kind of absurd, right? But the answer reveals a fundamental truth about achievement. The moon landing happened for one reason, and one reason only. It was a primary objective. We poured near total focus, intention, and resources into it. It was a conscious, deliberate goal. We shined a massive spotlight on it, and as a result, humans walked on the literal moon. Now contrast that with traffic. Sure, it's a problem, but how much collective intentional focus is truly on it? It's scattered. It's an annoyance we complain about, but we don't collectively prioritize solving it with that same singular will. The focus, it just isn't there. And here's the big takeaway. Your life works exactly the same way. The areas where you see incredible results, those are the areas where you place your deliberate focus. Nobody has ever climbed a mountain by accident. It takes intentionality. So I have to ask, what are you watering in your life? Because whatever it is, that's what's going to grow. So this is the challenge for you. If you want to increase your net worth, you have to actually look at your bank account. If you want to grow a business, you have to obsess over the metrics. You have to decide which handful of things are your moon landings, and then you monitor them like they are the most precious things in the world. Now, this brings us to what might be the biggest obstacle of all. Even when we reframe pain, even when we find our focus, there's one enemy that can stop us cold. This myth, this idea of a perfect moment to begin. We tell ourselves these stories, don't we? Oh, as soon as I get that expensive camera, I'll start my channel. Or once January 1st hits, I'm finally gonna get healthy. We're lured by this idea of a perfect moment that never ever comes. And it's all because we're afraid of looking imperfect. The only antidote is the simple, powerful decision to just start right now. And that's the reframe you need to make. Starting now doesn't mean you're flawed. It means you're brave. Your imperfections, they aren't liabilities. No, they become the most inspiring, the most relatable, and honestly, the most valuable parts of your entire story. Think about it. Nobody is inspired by the person who had everything perfect from day one. We're inspired by the person who started getting in shape in their garage with a couple of dumbbells. We connect with the author who started writing their novel in a notebook while waiting to pick up their kids. That is where real greatness is born. You need to remember this. Your core talent, your unique ability, it's totally independent of your circumstances. You could put LeBron James on some broken down court with no nets, and he's still LeBron James. The fancy equipment doesn't make the person makes the environment special. So don't wait for the stadium. Play your game now. All right, let's bring all of these ideas together now into one final powerful metaphor. I want you to imagine your life not as a series of disconnected events, but as a grand symphony where every single part contributes to the final masterpiece. The difficult times, the struggles, the pain we talked about, these are the low notes. And they aren't mistakes in the composition. They provide the depth, the richness, the very foundation of the song. They are what make it fuller and more meaningful. And what about the victories, the summits you climb? Well, those are the high notes, but their beauty, their power, their resonance, it's only possible because of the contrast with the low notes. The triumph is just so much sweeter because you remember the struggle. Even the moments when it feels like nothing is happening, the valleys, the waiting periods, they're the pauses in the music, and they aren't empty space. They build tension, they build anticipation, and they give power to the moment the music starts again. All of it is needed. This is the ultimate takeaway. We think we want a life of only high notes, but we don't. That would just be a monotonous, meaningless sound. Your heart, your soul, it needs the contrast. It actually depends on the hardship to truly understand and appreciate the magnificence of life. So as you move forward from here, don't see turbulence as an obstacle to your journey. See it as a necessary part of your song. The storm isn't a detour, it's a verse. The music of your life is playing right now. The only question left is this: are you ready to embrace your symphony?
All right, let's just get right into it. You know, there comes a moment when all the waiting, all the hoping, it's just not cutting it anymore. There's this gap, right? A gap between what you know deep down you're capable of and the results you're actually seeing in your life. The material we're digging into today, it's all built on this one incredibly powerful idea. You are the architect of your own world. It's your life and you are holding the pen. So let's explore the blueprint, the actual plan for building the reality you want, even when the foundations feel like they're about to crumble. But what happens when you step out onto the field of life and you realize you're completely overwhelmed? Because life will absolutely do that to you. There are going to be times when you just feel outmatched, you know? Like the universe is just outshooting you at every turn, bending you to its will. The odds are completely stacked against you. So the real question, the one that matters, is what now? What do you do then?
Well, the very first thing you have to get your head around is this necessary conflict that has to happen inside you. It's what fuels all progress. You have to learn how to be two things at the exact same time. You have to be your own greatest fan and your own biggest critic. And look, this isn't just some nice, healthy mindset. It's presented as absolutely essential for any real growth. Why? Well, think about it. Without the fan, you'll just burn out from being too hard on yourself. And without the critic, you'll get lazy and stagnate. It's this delicate, incredibly powerful dance.
So let's break that duality down. The first piece of the puzzle is consistency. And the key idea here is how we frame it. See, consistency isn't the magic key that unlocks a victory. Not at all. It's simply the cost of admission. It's the price you pay just to get in the game. It's you, showing up, doing the work you said you would do, day after day after day. It gets you in the door, sure, it gives you a shot, but it does not guarantee you're going to win. And that brings us to consistency's older, much wiser brother, adaptation. This is so important. Just showing up, it's not enough. Adaptation is that willingness to actually look yourself in the mirror, to analyze the data that your hard work and consistency have produced, and to ask that really tough question: how can I be better? Without this step, you fall right into what Einstein famously called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, to wrap it all up, consistency gets you in the game, but adaptation, that's how you win the game. One puts the pen in your hand, the other one helps you write a masterpiece. You've got to be proud of yourself for showing up, for being consistent, but you also have to understand that every time you fail, every challenge, it's not a verdict on who you are, it's just data. It's your chance to look at the game plan and make an adjustment. Okay, so once you've got that internal balance dialed in, it's time to turn that mindset into a real external force. It's time to talk about the absolute necessity of taking decisive, courageous action. Robert Frost just nailed this idea, didn't he? He understood that real freedom, the power to actually shape your world, you don't find that by playing it safe. It's found in being bold. It demands that you be more today than you were yesterday, that you willingly step into that uncomfortable space of uncertainty. And get this isn't just pretty poetry, there's some incredible biology that actually backs this up. A 27-year study of wolves in Yellowstone, they found that the ones infected with this parasite, Toxoplasma gondii, which is known to make them less fearful and take more risks, were an astounding 46 times more likely to become pack leaders. 46 times. Boldness, even when it's just chemically induced, was directly tied to a massive, massive shift in their reality. But here's the thing you have to remember, the crucial takeaway. Boldness is totally personal. It's relative. For one person, being bold is starting a new company. But for someone else, maybe someone going through a really hard time, being bold might be the monumental act of just getting out of bed. The size of the arena does not matter. What matters is that you can always find, right where you are, the courage to take your next bold step. And this brings us right back to that central idea. You can literally become the architect of your own reality. It's this notion that probability isn't just some lottery that you're hoping to win. No, in life, you actually have the ability to influence and create your own probability. Here is a perfect example of this in action. In the 2022 World Cup, you have this powerhouse, Argentina, playing against Saudi Arabia. Now just look at these stats. Argentina dominated possession, almost 70%. They took 15 shots on goal to Saudi Arabia's 3. By every single metric, they were outmatched, outclassed, out everything, except on the scoreboard. Saudi Arabia won 2-1. So the critical point here is this. Sure, Argentina could play that game 100 times, and they probably win 95 of them. But that other 5%? That isn't just random luck. It can be carved out. It can be willed into existence through pure strategy and execution. It's not about the odds that are stacked against you. It's about what you do with the very few opportunities you get. Saudi Arabia had way fewer chances, but they capitalized on them perfectly. And this is the belief you have to carry with you every single day. When life is out shooting you 15-3 like we just saw, you have to dig deep. Your job isn't to sit there and wish for better odds. Your job is to find the way forward, even when it feels like there's nothing to hold on to. As long as you are still in the game, there is always a way. So how in the world do we maintain that kind of resilience when things, inevitably, go wrong? Well, it all starts with a radical reframing of adversity. It starts by truly internalizing the idea that life, at its core, is neutral. The source material shares this great little story. Think back to first grade. There was this kid, let's call him Mike, and he was basically the personification of fear. He was this little menace, always looking for a reason to tell a teacher on you. And at the time, he felt like this giant, insurmountable obstacle. But looking back now, it's almost funny how small that problem really was. And the point is, every single phase of our lives has a Mike. An obstacle that feels huge in the moment, but is often laughable in hindsight. And this, right here, gets to the heart of it. The adversity you face, it's not a personal attack. Life isn't out to get you. Things just happen. They aren't inherently good or bad. They just are. We are the ones who assign meaning to them. We get to decide if something is happening to us or if it's happening for us. When you can truly grasp this, really let it sink in, you disarm the emotional power of almost every obstacle you will ever face. So this gives us a kind of actionable framework based on that idea. First, don't take misfortune personally. It's not about you. Don't compare your own behind-the-scenes chaos to someone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. And maybe the most provocative one, don't waste your energy on hope. The future isn't real, it's just a construct. The argument is to focus all your energy on the value of right now, because this moment is the only thing you truly have. Okay, we've covered the internal mindset. We've covered the external perspective. This all builds to one final decisive piece of the puzzle, that moment of transition. The transition from thinking to doing. The moment you just have to jump. The author John Green just captures the psychology of this moment perfectly. You know that feeling standing on the edge of a cliff, the edge of a new job, or even a difficult conversation? It's terrifying. It can feel absolutely impossible to make that move. But the second you do, the instant you are in motion, the fear just melts away, and this whole new world of possibility opens up. So how do you make that leap when your rational brain is screaming at you, just frozen in fear? Well, the source offers a simple but incredibly powerful rule. Step 1, recognize that you are not content where you are. Step 2, jump. You see, you can't always logically talk yourself across the chasm of fear into some unknown future. So if the present isn't enough for you, that feeling, all by itself, becomes your reason. And so we end with this one powerful idea, that feeling of discontent, it is not a curse, it's a compass. It's your signal. It is your permission slip to act. The only way you can truly lose is to stay on that cliff forever, just wondering what could have been. So if you are not content where you are, if you know deep down in your bones that you have more to give, what are you waiting for?